Hey everyone, welcome to Cheryl's Creations. Been a few days since I've put a video up, but I've been working hard. So, got a couple things on the agenda today. The first thing I want to talk about is several weeks ago, I ordered and got in one of the Addi knitters, circular knitters. The tall one, the tall one. Heaven forbid my brain is mush today. The bigger one, so that I could work on some hats. Well, I'm not the one that's been doing hats. If you have followed me for a tad bit, you might know that my husband retired in January. And he has decided that he needed something to do, so I taught him how to use the Addi knitter. And so he is the king of hats at my house. And in fact, he's downstairs right now working on one. And I just ordered the 22 needle knitter, and I've watched several videos, and we are going to make mittens to go with the hats. If you don't watch Rose Likes Crochet, she's on YouTube. She partners with Wings, which is a domestic violence shelter, and they're up near Chicago, and so it gets really cold. And they request sets, like hat and mittens type things. And so we will be able to put mittens with our hats that we will send them. We will also be sending some hats out to K&K Crochet for their Bumblebee Mountain outreach. And let me know if you guys want mittens with some of yours. And we will also be donating locally. Our Salvation Army has taken over the coat drive. So we will be donating some hats and mittens to them also. So the thing that this has done, when I go to the yarn stores, I mean, he'll wait in the car and he'll be on his phone. He doesn't pay a whole lot of attention to what I do. But now that he has seen how a couple of these hats turn out with the different types of yarn, he's a little more interested. And so he might even go yarn shopping and pick out his hat yarn. Now, we are going to work on the stash. I have several things here that he's working on color-wise. So, but let me show you some of the hats that he has done. They're not perfect, but they're absolutely wonderful. I think I had a couple more up here somewhere. I don't know where they went. So this one is made out of the Red Heart Ombre in the blue. And so it goes from lighter to darker. And so he's done... We did another hat out of that one, but I think that was more of a, let's see what it does. But we know we can get at least 2 hats out of a skein of the ombres. So, and then we did this, and this is so soft. This is, I believe it's some of this. This is an impeccable yarn, I believe. So, and he did 2 out of this color scheme. So we've got 2 of those. And then with this color scheme, he did this. I like the way this one turned out. It's more stripy, where this is more of a random. And so I do have several more skeins of this, so there'll be more of this coming. And then I gave him the end of a red heart stripe that I had been using. I was making a triceratop, and so he did this one, which I think is fabulous. And he really likes these types of color schemes. And I'm working with him on tension, so that we can have some hats that are a little bit bigger, some hats that are a little bit smaller. But he's doing a fabulous job. Now, then I gave him a Mandela baby in a cake. And the first thing he did was this little hat. I don't know if you can see it. It starts with peach and then goes to pink and then yellow. I love this. A smaller child, baby with a little bit bigger head maybe. And so then he decided, since he had so much left on the cake, that he was going to do a second one. And this is the second one. It has just a little bit of the purple. The mane is pink, and then it's got some of the peach. The other side, and these are all reversible. The other side is mainly the peach color. But I like the colors, the differences. And he still had some yarn left. So I told him, I said, well, we need to do some sets. So we decided to try a scarf. Now, we had never done a scarf on the Addi before. He had just done hats. And so he used the last of the bundle, or last of the cake of the Mandela. And this is what it turned out like. It's got some pinkish purple, then it goes into the blues, and it is just the right size for a little person. Now, I am going to come back and figure out something to put on the ends for like either tassels or something. I just haven't quite figured out what I want to put on it yet. But I will put some little bobbly things on the end. And when we get the thing, I want to make a set of mittens to go with this. I'm not sure whether they'll be thumbless mittens or whether it will have a thumb, but this is absolutely, I mean, look at those colors together. Nice, bright little set. So that's what I've been having my husband do. And he's still working on how to get it off of the machine, off of the Addi. And let me tell you, he wasn't very interested until I told him, well, I have this adapter where you can use your cordless drill. Then he was like, oh yeah, I can use my cordless drill. So but he gets all excited, and that's his. I do all the hard parts and he does the easy parts. So it works. It works for us. So keep an eye out. When I have another bundle of hats and stuff, I will show you what he's been up to, and see what kind of creative things that I can get him to make for me. So the other thing I have done this week is it has been Dino Mania. And that's all I've done this week is dinosaurs. And this was a free pattern. No, I paid for this pattern, I think. But it's basically the same dinosaur, or almost. If you've watched Mary Makes here on YouTube, and it's Merry Makes, Makes. She actually just put out a video of a giant jumbo, and I can't remember the term she used for her dino. It's like 48 inches tall. I will try and link that video. I think it's wonderful. She explains how how it was made and everything that she did. And so, you know, like 10 skeins of big bulky yarn and, you know, 18 pounds or so of fluff. And so it's cool. I will link it. But these are the dinos. These first ones are made from the Premier Neons. Okay, so I got that color and that color. And then I did an orange with green. I got this. This is so cool. This is the highlighter. And this one just about glows in the dark. Okay, so I've got a highlighter with orange. I've got green with highlighter. And then the last one of that brand of yarn or that yarn was the green with orange. So then I was also working in the Bernat yarns. This one is, I love this color. It's called Dino Dot, and I got it out of a sale bin. And so I have one that looks like this. And this is kind of a mossy green. Again, it's a Bernat. And I used black stripes. So, a little bit bigger. So each time I changed, you know, so there's those two size difference. I am working on a couple out of worsted weight, which turn out about like this. So I'll have like 3 or 4 different sizes. This is a gray and white, again, Bernat with black stripes. I must have bought this yarn to do a blanket because I've done several things with this, and I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got about 4 balls of this gray back there. So, so I have that color. I kind of like how this one turned out too. And then I had ordered, this is the same Bernat yarn that I used for my large turtle. It is, for some reason, it's a little bit thicker than most of the Bernats. And so I have this one with the light blue stripes. And if you want to see size difference, see if I can hold them all here. Okay, so Premier, Parfait, some of the thinner Bernats, and then the bigger Bernat. Okay, so those are my 3 size difference. And then I decided, well, I can't just have all neutral, and I needed maybe something that maybe a little girl might like. So I did 2 tones of purple. The dark purple is, I want to say this is Big Twist Posh. Okay. And then this is a cake. It's a Bernat. Came out of a Bernat cake. So I have a purple, and this is out of Premier Chenille, and I did a 2-tone pink. So, so in all, I have just about a dozen of these dinos that are pretty much ready to go for you know, at least the beginning of my season, you know. And I think I'm going to keep working on maybe 1 or 2 items a week and have a bulk of them. So unless I end up needing something else, The next thing I'm working on is some little bunny rabbits. Last year for Easter, I did some small animals, and for the littles in our church that like weren't even big enough to do like an Easter egg hunt, they all got a plushie. And so I will be doing that again. Last year I gave away 15 plushies, I believe. And I know I need 7 or so, but I will probably have extras because, you know, on Easter Sunday, you know, sometimes you get extras, you get visitors. And so I will be working on those. It's an adorable pattern. I can't wait to show you some. And what else am I working on? Oh, I set up a small display. I may have mentioned it before, I may not. I do bookkeeping for a small motor shop here in town, and he has allowed me to, I put up a shelf of plushies, mostly farmery oriented because a lot of his customers are farmers. And so I put up some cows and a couple pigs and some chickens and some ducks. And I've sold one thing, but not bad for only having it there about 3 days. And the girl that cuts my hair has said that I can put up a small stand in her shop for the upcoming Easter season. And so I will be getting that ready and taken over, and hopefully maybe that'll get me some extra things during this time of the year. I may not keep them there all year long, but maybe on and off during times that it might be peak for purchasing things for kids or grandkids or stuff like that. So I have a lot on the horizon for that. So anyway, that's my story for this week. So I want to thank you for popping in. Thank you for all of those who have sent messages. I do read them. You know, you all are great. And, you know, I hope you keep coming back to see what's going on in my world. And I hope that yours is all going well. And I guess I will see you in the next video. Crochet away, everybody.